today, I wrote a check in payment of $41,366. I expected and always had intended to pay the full cost of these trips.
Bill Morneau decides he has to pay for a $41,000 vacation. Well, to be exact, $41,366. This because he took a free trip with We back in 2017. Well, did he take one trip or was it two trips for him and his family? Bill Morneau's not exactly saying. He's being very vague about this. In fact, I put questions to his office, and a day later, I still haven't heard back from him. So we don't know what this is all about, but we do know that We has admitted that they gave him and his family at least one complimentary, if not two, complimentary trips. This is very disturbing when we're talking about trips that cost more than $4,395 per person US in 2017, and it takes Morneau almost 3 years to pay his bill. Well, let's face it, Bill didn't forget to pay his bill. He wasn't sent the bill. He took free travel from an organization that he gives money to, which puts him in violation of the Conflict of Interest Act. That's why the Conservatives are asking for Morneau to resign. That and the big contract given to We, a place where his daughter works, a place where his family has been actively involved with donations, with trips, with everything else. They don't see a problem with it over at Liberal HQ. In fact, if there is a problem, it's not with Bill Morneau and it's not with Justin Trudeau, it's with Bardish Chagger. If you haven't noticed, all the Liberals are trying to make Bardish Chagger, the Minister for Youth, Diversity and Inclusion, the fall gal for this. Bill Morneau made comments in his opening remarks where he revealed this $41,000 vacation about Bardish Chagger being the one in charge. Then it was during questioning, he kept bringing up the fact that she was the one in charge, not him. Now watch this exchange between a Toronto Liberal MP, Julie Dershowitz, and Bill Morneau.
Can you just make it clear for the committee that it was the responsibility of Minister Chagger to actually sign the final contracts, and it wasn't with yourself or the finance department?
Well, your assertion is correct. It was not my responsibility to sign any of those agreements, nor to consider which organization would be receiving those contracts.
Okay, so obviously Dershowitz and Morneau want you to believe that a junior minister who reports to the Heritage Department is fully responsible for $912 million coming out of the Employment and Social Services Development Department, approved by the Minister of Finance. Bardish Chagger has no ministry. She's just floating around. She has no ministry of her own. She has no ability to generate these kinds of funds, this kind of program, without the active participation of the Prime Minister in Bill Morneau. So I put that question to Conservative MP Pierre Poilievre and asked him, as a former cabinet minister, could you have ever gotten this money through cabinet when you were there without the finance minister being involved?
Could you ever have put through a $912 million project by yourself without the support of the finance minister and the full knowledge and backing of the finance minister when you were in cabinet?
I feel badly for Minister Chagger. I think it's disgusting the way she's being treated. The fact that these men would blame her for their conduct. She is a junior minister who reports to the Heritage Department. This is an expenditure by the Employment Department, approved under authorities granted to the Minister of Finance and directed out of the PMO. The men responsible for this are Bill Morneau and Justin Trudeau. They accepted thousands of dollars of free gifts from this organization. They directed a $912 million nonsensical contribution to this organization. And for them to try and blame a junior minister who had no authority to do any of this is absolutely disgusting, and it symbolizes everything that is wrong with the rot at the head of this government.
So there you have it, folks. The Liberals, the woke Liberals, the feminist Justin Trudeau Liberals are once again going to make a woman of color their fall gal, just like they did with Jody Wilson-Raybould. They're going to jettison her. They're going to jettison Bardish Chagger so that they can keep Justin Trudeau and Bill Morneau in their happy place, looking after your money. And by looking after your money, you know what I mean. They're looking after themselves. This is an ongoing problem with the Liberal Party. This is an ongoing problem for Trudeau and Morneau. They've been caught, but they want someone else to blame. They want someone else to be the scapegoat. In this case, unless the public rises up, it will be Bardish Chagger. And then they'll try and say, this scandal has been dealt with. It hasn't, and it will not be if that is the outcome. The only way that this is dealt with is with Morneau resigning and Trudeau admitting that he has to go himself. But he won't ask Morneau to resign, because if he does, that means that he should be going as well. The core Liberals are all saying right now, if we don't hang together, we'll hang separately. And they'd rather hang together.